Welcome everyone to the Cosmere Reads. Yay! Season 10 or season 10? I need to change that. Season 2.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Hi,
we're not
everybody.
season 10.
Hey, look, my mug.
There we
My
go.
mug matches what's in the corner. Or is that supposed to be the wheel reads or the Cosmere reads in the corner?
It's thank you. I am screwing all sorts up today.
We can
There
rep the wheel tonight. Why not?
Yeah, there we
There
go.
you go.
We're talking the wheel of time tonight.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, we talking some other action then. Okay, let me try and recall some things.
Yeah, I got my dusty wheel water bottle here.
There
We
you
can
go.
go. We
There
can
you
go.
I have my dusty wheel frosting mug. It's yeah, I got that too.
No dust on this cocktail.
Mods. Fun times. All right. How's everyone doing tonight? We got Zool on.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters is Zool's on.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Well, thank you.
Exactly.
Hey.
It should be fun. I think it's almost a year ago, I think, when Zool came on that one time.
Was it? Oh my gosh, man. We've been on this
Yeah,
a long
Book
time.
one.
What? Yeah, it was book one, and it was right before WalkCon because Alonda was like dropping everything. I'm like, I'm gonna go.
Oh my gosh. And then in fact I couldn't go.
Oh, that's right.
And I
then
couldn't
you
give
go.
the ticket away. What was that all about? Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it actually says we don't resell tickets.
Oh my gosh. And I was like, dude, that'd be the coolest thing. I'm gonna give a ticket away as a contest. And they were like, nah, homie.
Yeah, they're very much no.
That's all right.
It's coming up 2 weeks, right? Zool?
Yes,
WalkCon?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yep. 2 weeks
I
from
will-
yesterday, I will be there.
I will not be in attendance,
Do
unfortunately.
what you do.
But yeah, maybe next year we'll see.
Yeah.
That's
I'm wearing a WalkCon shirt here.
That's the plan right now, but we'll see. Yeah, and at some point I want to make it out to Dragonsteel Con. I do want to do that. So
Yep.
For the Brando Sando Cosmere Con. Cool. Announcements. I don't think I have any really. Welcome back, Will. Welcome back, everyone. We took a week off, and Will took a few weeks off. Here's a baby coming. We get it.
Yeah, Will, I haven't seen you in like a month, dude.
I know. I missed you guys. It's good to be back. Thank you. A lot of craziness going on right now.
When the baby comes, you got to change your name to Papa Will.
Yeah. Daddy.
Will. Daddy Will.
Yeah, I was looking at girl dad hats the other night.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Do it, please.
Awesome.
Oh, do you know you're having a girl?
Yeah. Yep. Baby girl. We had our last ultrasound today. She came in at 6 pounds, 4 ounces, I think. She's measured really well. Everything's healthy, on track. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yep. Getting ready to change a bunch of poopy diapers.
Sounds good. Well, I just as full disclosure, Zool might have to take over at some point during this podcast. Right now, as of right
I was
now,
supposed to get on the copper mine.
I am solo parenting, so I'm watching a monitor over here of my kid sleeping. But if something happens and starts screaming, I'll have to run because that's
now. Will, I'm gonna advocate for it right now. I mean, hot take. I would love to see a guest appearance
with the baby. Yeah.
No. Of wifey, full glow. Full glow.
Full glow.
Full glow. Yes.
Glow.
Now, I'm not saying today.
Doesn't have to be today, but you know.
I would love. I mean, full glow.
Next week?
I would love to see. I mean, come on now.
See if I don't know if she's on right now. Maybe she'll pop in the chat. But yeah.
Oh, even if she's back. If she's a background player, we're still in. We're still in.
There you go.
Yeah, because
she's a little walk.
She's like the member that we never see, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know. We'll get her on here.
Mm-hmm.
If I can pull her down here.
Tell her Orlando requested it.
I think at some point we're actually going to be adding another member too. I have one of my mods has not finished. I'm honored. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, hey!
one of our mods has not finished the Cosmere, but has read up to where we are and a little further. But once they're waiting to join, and maybe we've talked about it. So
come on in,
nice.
Come on in.
But yeah, they're not going to join yet. But
water's nice.
But maybe we're talking about it.
Yeah, do it.
Talks.
All right.
So might get another personality. So yeah, be fun. Guys, ready to talk about some Cosmere? It's been a long time. I'm ready. And next week we're off. That's an announcement. It is the 4th of July next Thursday.
Yeah.
So I'm watching fireworks. I'm not hanging out with you guys. Sorry.
How dare you, sir? How dare you spend
America.
Family? Oh, that's right, America.
America.
RICA, America.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Speaking of that, Alando, I thought you were were you supporting Panama in the Copa, or because you have a USA jersey on right now?
So my Panama jersey did not come in time.
Oh, got it.
And
You were born in Panama, right?
I was supposed to be at the game, but work got in the way.
Oh,
At the game where?
Huh?
Where is the game?
Oh, so USA versus Panama. It was in Atlanta. It was today at 6:00. I was supposed to go. Things did not work out because of work. And
what is this for? Is this the World Cup qualifier? Or
this is Copa America. So this is all the Americas championship, which is happening at the same time as the Euro.
Isn't the World Cup in the United States next year?
It's actually in 2 years, but yes, it's going to be in America.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why this is great that the Copa is happening now.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to make sure they can kind of gauge how is it going to work out when World Cup comes here, right?
There's someone at TikTok posted a video of them parked outside the Los Angeles MetLife Stadium, and our parking lot's empty, and it's just him in his car. He's like, just go ahead and reserve my spot now.
What's funny is some of these Copa America games have been empty. You see the Venezuela game and there's people look at the Euros, and the Euros have these 30,000 seat stadiums, and they're completely packed. And then they show Copa America games, and they're barely anybody's there. It's an 80,000 seat stadium.
80,000, 100,000 seat stadium. Yeah.
No, it's there's no way it doesn't equate. So
yeah.
Anyway, by the way, congratulations, Panama. Spoiler alert, should have said that first. Anyway, congratulations, Panama. Me, as I say with my American jersey on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good game. That was crazy.
It was a great game. I loved it. Yeah. It was a ball.
Yeah.
And good. a brawl. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, dude, the last 5 minutes, Panama was just taking people out.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Golden bow.
They were like, y'all aren't winning, sorry.
Yes.
Anyways. So you guys ready to talk about Cosmere? I am.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this book. Yes,
that's the Elantris.
Yeah,
Elantris.
Yeah, let's speak of this.
We'll eventually talk about Elantrans. Right now, we're talking about Sereni. Sereni. Basically, Sereni's talking with a bunch of people. Royal Ahane. Ahane. Thank you. Ahane. Eondel, Shuden, and Eden, and just talking about Iodon and keeping him financially afloat. So that he isn't going to be replaced by some Derethi person, because that's what they're fearing now with all the boats disappearing and everything like that. So
boats getting sunk.
So because this system is based on who has the most money, cash is king in this world.
And who
by
is
his own doing, by the way.
Yeah.
He set that up. That's his fault. So
and who is it they're afraid is going to take his place?
It would be. It's a good question. Telri.
Okay, remember that name in 2 chapters. Duke Telri.
Okay.
It's going to come up again.
Okay. Interesting.
I just is a detail I just noted today.
Okay.
Wow, no kidding. 3 shadowing. I love it.
Fun.
Alan normally says, sure.
I have no idea how many times in my life I've heard Alan say, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Interesting.
Sure.
Wait, I'm going to make a bingo game called Alan Says.
And it's just be all sure's?
No, it's going to be all the things that you say you don't realize you say, but we all know that you say.
All of it.
Because I also watched some other podcasts, you know what I'm saying? So I've got some stuff that you say.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Little Alanisms.
And we're gonna put it on a bingo card. You're not gonna know about it. And then at some point in time, someone's gonna say bingo, and we're gonna be like, read all the stuff that you say. You can't know because obviously you could sway the results, right?
I could, yeah. That's good.
Have it, Yeah.
So you have to DM it to 3 people so that they can vouch that yes, this is indeed.
Oh, absolutely.
What the original bingo card was.
Yeah. Let me put that on Discord. See what happens.
Well, here's the thing: he can see everything on Discord.
Dang it, that's right.
But here's what.
All right.
But you could DM it to people, and he won't be able to see that.
There it is. There it is. That's the winner.
That's what you'll do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you have
The
to find some,
right
secret squirrel way of putting it out there. You can probably use our mod. They'll do it for you.
Secret squirrel. I love secret squirrel references, dude. All day long.
Yeah.
They'll create another Discord server just for this or something.
Secret squirrel and the side
there are some. Most of our mods have their own Discord servers somewhere, so they just be like, "Come on over here."
Golden. All right.
Yeah. Good point. Let's see. Where are we? Serenity asked the nobles about planting and progress there. They're just having a general checkup right now. Like I said, but the main course is our main topic was about Iodine, and then eventually changed over to the Widow's Trial.
Right.
Where we get the plans for the Widow's Trial. What do you think about Serenity's plan?
By the way, speaking of which, no one has really made it very clear at this point in time what the Widow's Trial is. I stand by that statement. I mean, it's like, it seems like a thing that everybody else seems to know, but nobody has really clearly like laid it out and been like, oh, Widow's Trial Article 1 says that you must blah, 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 blah. Nope, never happened.
Yeah.
And even in this chapter, they don't want to talk about it.
Nobody talks. Nobody says what the Widow's Trial is. It's just like, it's a thing. You just have to just know how it works. It's like, you have to participate in the Electoral College. What is it? How was it the thing? And how does it work?
Yeah.
It's that. Widow's Trial.
The Widow's Trial.
Yeah,
so her plan is to bring food to the Elantrians, which everybody's like, ooh, yeah.
Can we back up to the first part of the chapter first, too?
Go for it.
Okay. So the first part, what did y'all think about Serenity's plan for bailing out the king and the plan that they came up with? First of all, they were like, what? Okay, I thought we didn't like the king. Now you want us to support
I didn't find it compelling. I'll be honest with you. I did not find it compelling. I was like, this is a hard sell. And I feel like it was a little quick. And I'm going to say again, this is all from my perspective. I feel like this is where the writing is a little young, right? It's like a little gap there. It's like, where was the compelling argument that really persuaded all these people of nobility who've been doing their thing for a while? I mean, none of these people are idiots. Well, maybe some of them are, but most of them are not idiots. And for her to compel them, and I know she's done some really cool, persuasive stuff before, but I didn't really buy that. I feel like it was a quick heel turn, in my opinion. But that's just me. That's Alondo's opinion, 101. There you go. That's all I gotta say about that. So
I concur.
Yeah, it's amazing to me that she's only been there like 3 weeks or something. I don't know.
That's right. They say that in this chapter. 3 weeks.
And they have already started letting her like run things. Run these meetings, right? I guess none of them want to take over. I thought it was really interesting that Duke Royal, at first he was like kind of questioning her, and she was like, oh. And then she realized by the look he gave her that he was giving her the opening to like state her case.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, because he's actually like the next person in line.
Which they say
potentially,
that in this chapter. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Potentially, as far as like.
Weeks.
Yeah, but it's been 3 weeks. And it's clearly, and she said she was getting kind of flustered for like a second. And then she realized, oh, wait, he's giving me an opening to make an argument. And I was like, okay, I like that. I like that kind of back and forth where it's like, the surreptitious way they kind of like set each other up. It's like, hey, I'm going to bump this up. Can you spike it? Can you spike it? So
and the fact that if he can then show, like if she can set out whatever her thing is, and he's really smart and knows what's going on. And so if she can state a case and he can be like, okay, I see where you're going with this, then others might follow along because he has such weight.
But he's already playing that chess game. He already is on board, but he's like, let me bring.
He's pretending like he's not.
Let me bring the other pawns along. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So well done. Yeah. I like the move.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought it was really interesting that she was like, none of you have the money for this, and he won't take it for free, but my daddy.
Oh,
my daddy over here.
Daddy Warbucks.
Oh yeah.
He'll probably help bail us out here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Good deal. Yeah. So you guys want to move back over to Widow's Trials or anything else?
All I can think of now is Daddy Halliburton. That's what I want to call him now, Daddy Halliburton. Just like he's got them ducats.
He does.
All right, yeah, keep on going, man.
Widow's Trial. What do you think about this plan? What do you think about helping the launchers out? What do you think about everybody's reaction to it?
I don't know. I had mixed thoughts about it. I feel like this is, and I continue to say, this is getting accelerated pretty quickly. This whole chapter, I feel like a lot of things happen a little quickly.
I don't have that escalated quickly meme.
Yeah,
well, that escalated.
The pacing's off just a bit, just a bit for me, and I listened to the chapters now.
Stop listening to it at 1.5 speed.
Hey, how you know that? How you know that? Because I keep saying it. All right. So I'm on the bike and I do like a 1.5 hour workout, and I want the workout to end at the exact same time the chapter's in. So yeah, that's how it works. But anyway, I'm like, it was like really fast. And I was like, man, these guys like really came on, like, flipped around and came on her side like kind of quickly. And they're like, yeah, gung ho, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wow, that was easy convincing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I think that they don't actually believe that the king is going to let her do it.
Right.
So they're kind of like, yeah, if you can get him to do that, which they're thinking is never going to happen.
Sure.
It's kind of like how Alan gets people to be on podcasts with him.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
yeah, if you can get another person to be on the podcast, I'll do it.
Right.
That's how Chris got to be on the Will Reads. If you can get another sucker, yeah. Well, you're the second sucker, so dude, you're in.
I laugh as I'm one of the victims of that
separation.
Yeah, you are. I haven't got to the point where I lock them in my basement though, like I do with the Will Reads crew. It's
Oh yeah.
There.
I do, I guess.
Get my staff and beat them every once in a while. Just
I want to see Alan wield this staff and like actually like wield it like menacingly, See
my dueling cane.
Yeah, anyway. Do it.
Yeah, anyway, so she has to go get Iodon's permission though to do this, which they all like don't think it's gonna happen anyway. So
sure.
So the next scene is Serenity going to Iodon's study to go try to get his permission, which he's not happy about her being there. She's like why are you here?
But you talking about she lays all cards on the table, makes it very, very clear she's been playing him this whole time. Ooh, yeah. I was like, oh, was that a good play? I thought she was
hilarious.
I thought she was going to go in there and be like, the batting the eyes, like, oh, father-in-law, dear, I would so appreciate you if you would do the thing and the thing for me. No, she went in there and she was like, let's stop this coy nonsense. And then she just like lays it all out. And he's annoyed.
He's like,
and I'm like,
I'm going to execute you or exile you. And she's like, yeah.
Because now he feels like a stupid like moron. Because he's like,
how are you going to losses that you're having right now? Because of all the ships being. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Start cutting off the heads of your children.
Yeah.
See how long you stay king after that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I wish I had the book right now because it's such a great line. Her come back to him because he's like, "Oh, you've been playing me this whole time," and she's like, "I tell you what, I'll pretend to be a well-reasoned, have a well-reasoned argument and conversation if you will too."
If you will too, exactly. She's like
or whatever she says. Go.
Yeah, I loved it. It was a great line, definitely a great line. The retort, and it put him right in his place because he was like dumbfounded for like a second.
Yep.
So, yeah. Well done.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, basically counters with him and ends up with proposing that trade agreement with Teod, and he eventually comes around and accepts because he's back into a corner. I mean, I don't think he has much of a choice at this point. He realizes that he's on his way to being screwed.
But she's made it really clear that this isn't like, oh, well, she just came up with this. I mean, she has made it really obvious that everyone knows he's compromised.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the country's least guarded secret.
Oh yeah.
That he's losing power. And so, that I think that was a good wake-up call for him. He needed that wake-up call. And people in power have a tendency not to realize that when you're compromised and you're losing, you're weak in the eyes of the people that are under you. Sometimes it takes somebody really give you that slap in the face and be like, nah, you don't wield that kind of influence anymore.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, well, I need to do the right thing now for the sake of, in this instance, my country. Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she actually saw a crack in his shield.
Oh yeah.
At that moment.
Yep.
When she said, "Oh no, everybody knows. Everybody's talking about it."
Yeah, all that bravado he had up until now, all shook because he's like, "Oh no, they can see what's happening behind the scenes, and now I've just got to come to grips with it and accept the help I can, so I can hold position, not for me, but for my country."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So good on both of them. Seriously, I mean, good on him because I really didn't expect that from him. I thought he was going to be like, "I'm going to be a stalwart until the day I die," but no, he was like, "I'm going to come around." So good for him.
Well, I thought it was, the nobles had made a point like he's got to feel like he's getting something over on you, and so she was like, "You know what? I'm going to present. Well, if I need something from you. If you're getting this from us, I need something from you. That means you got to let me into Elantris to do my widow's trial."
Right.
She made him an offer he can't refuse.
Exactly. Exactly. I loved it. I love a good negotiation.
Yeah.
Anything. I don't care what kind of media it is. A good negotiation. Chef's kiss.
Well, oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's always great. Always great when a plan comes together.
There it is.
All right. So after this, Serene returns back to her rooms and they're not cleaned, which, being a princess, that's unacceptable. So she sends for her maid right away, and they're like, "Oh yeah, about your maid. She gone. She ran away or something." And apparently, it's like the fourth maid that's left abruptly this year.
Yeah.
And every time the word maid is mentioned, here's a Londo theory time.
Okay.
So every time I hear maid mentioned, all I think of is like, okay, this is going to circle back around to the maid at the beginning who saw the Shaor take over our boy. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna tie into that. And then it doesn't. I'm like,
okay.
Not yet, anyway. But I keep saying,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, and we never got the name of that maid, so it's not like we know
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that maid. I'm waiting for it to come full circle.
What if that's the one who just disappeared?
We don't know, but I'm like, I waited for that payoff. I feel like it was because we don't know who else knew. Because obviously all that stuff.
Where do you think they're going? Where do you think these young ladies are going?
Are running away to?
Where are they going?
I don't know. I mean, in a rough world, I mean, it could be a sex trade thing, but I don't know. I don't know if that's what happens.
Could be.
Elantris might be on the up and up. I don't know. I'm talking about the book, not the country, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what's happening here. But every time I hear maid, I just wait for someone to say it's the maid that saw that turned to the Shaor.
Hrathen.
But no, it hasn't happened yet. So
right.
Baby breath though. I'm waiting. It's coming.
Sure.
That's my theory time. There's end of theory time. Theory time over.
Okay.
Sure. So we switched after that to Serene waking up later that night to hear scratches in the walls again. Something's going on. It's the fourth time she's observed this. I know we talked about this before. What do you think's going on?
Are we saying what did we think at the time, or are we talking about
now?
What did we?
No. Yeah, what do you think now?
Well, I mean, she made it kind of clear it's coming from King's quarters, so it's got to be somebody with the king doing something and going down a secret passageway.
Yeah, I forget the next couple lines, but then it goes, secret tunnel, through the mountains, secret tunnel, yeah.
I'm mad we walked into that. Will, why did you stop me, dude?
I forgot to, dude.
It's been a couple of weeks for Will too, so you know.
That's right. Will's been away for like a month. So he's like,
I'm surprised you guys didn't know it was coming.
We walked right into it. Oh, and it happened.
Yeah. Okay. So this is why she's been hearing the scratching in the wall, and the depth of like the wall, the outer wall is like really deep. Like if she tries to feel like through the window, it's like as long as her arm. Like you might have to squeeze through that passage, but it's still, and it's happening on the same 2 days.
And at the same time, 11 o'clock or so, right?
11 o'clock on, I think it says Maidal and Opedal. So I guess that's 2 different days, Dal for day. And so she imagines that, you know, because of the positioning of the window, that it probably goes at like an angle up underneath her window up to and goes up. And so it ends up at the king's place.
Yeah.
King's chambers.
And we know obviously there's some secret tunnels to get there because that's how Hrathen got in, right?
That's how Hrathen got in. Yes,
so
exactly.
We know it exists. So it's not like this is like, you know, like some like plot device or something. This has been clearly established that there were these passages that were created specifically because of paranoia and whatever else.
Yeah.
So again, all of this is like duh moment for us. It's like, oh, geez, that's right. We even know about it because that's how he got into place. Yeah.
So do you think that someone's sneaking in? He's sneaking out? What do you think?
So I really don't care who as much as I care about
what? Why?
Why are two people? And we assume it's two people meeting up, right? I mean, I don't think it's like somebody going out to like pray at an altar or something, right? It's two people meeting. So
he's going out. He's going out into the garden and dancing under the moon naked twice a week. He's moonbathing.
That's what I do every Thursday. That's not the point. All right.
Today's Thursday.
This is Thursday. This is what he does after the show.
What do you think preps me for this podcast, my people? It's naked time, and then I come in here and I'm like, I'm good. Naked time. Ooh, here we go. All right. Got my nakedness out. No, I mean, I'm like, who is he meeting up with? You know, and I that's the part I don't get, because it's like, either if you're doing something that surreptitious, you're trying to do something to either betray the people that you work with, which doesn't make sense based on the conversation he just had with Sereni. He obviously has, you know, a bit of moral fortitude to say, no, I'm going to make sure this kingdom survives. So that doesn't make sense.
Sure.
Or it's got to be something where he's cheating on his wife. And that to me just seems a little, why would you need a secret tunnel for that? Because he basically keeps his wife at like arm's length anyway. Yeah. He's like, oh, you stay over there.
He's the king.
You stay over there, do wifey things. He could have any, you know, harem of ladies trotted up to his spot.
Sure.
And what would the guards say? They'd be like, he's doing king things.
There goes Tuesday. Yeah. There goes Thursday.
There it is. Exactly. So I'm just trying to figure out the why. And why a king needs to be secret. Because usually it's like, I mean, if you're a guard and you notice things, it's like, you know, basically the things that politicians' bodyguards see, where they're like, so
this is something you don't want your guards to see.
Right. So which means it has to be something
going out the
really crazy, something that would actually subvert everything you think about him or his policies.
Mm-hmm.
So either that would be doing something with an Elantrian, which I'm not buying that.
Right.
Sorry, I'm not there. Doing something with the religious cult or religious sects, which I don't think that's happening because we've heard it from the other side. We've heard everything from the other side of that. So that makes no sense. So I'm like, I don't know what it is.
Right.
That who he's meeting up with. So that's where my mind is like really kind of going crazy with the secret tunnel thing. I'm like, how, what, why? All right. So, anyway, enough Orlando theory time.
Yeah.
I think that's the end of that chapter.
That's the end of the chapter. Yeah.
That's the end of the chapter. Yeah.
Got anything to say, Will?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you concur?
I concur.
There it is.
Sorry for anyone who's wondering.
I concur.
Yeah, I'm not caught up, so I'm here for moral support.
Yeah.
I
just want you every once in a while to say I concur. That's all I want.
There it is. There it is.
I know you're not caught up on the readings. I know you've had a lot going on, but it's I can
handle that.
Yeah.
I can handle that.
Yeah, Will. I will carry you.
Every once in a while, just say something completely off the wall that has no nonsense, and that is fine too.
Please do.
All for it.
Especially that Orlando is full of shit.
Shut up. You're wrong.
Shut up. Shut up with the shot nap.
I disagree completely, and I stand by that. I'm not going to have to explain myself. I'm done.
Y'all, this is the first time I'm looking at some. I listened to this on audiobook. I don't even have a hard copy of this, which is very unusual for me. I tend to have all the hard copies of books I read. At least the ones I want to keep. I was like a whole big series that I want to keep going in on. And so this is the first time I've seen these names in writing, and it makes so much more sense now. I should be able to maybe keep track of these people a little bit better. I'm a visual person.
Yeah, me too.
And fantasy spellings are so dumb. Yeah. But it looks like he's fairly consistent with his spellings and the way that the audiobook person is reading them. Like they're fairly consistent. So I'm like, I might actually be able to remember some of these names now.
Like
Hrathen.
Right. If I had read Hrathen instead of heard him say it, because I'd be like, what?
Hrathen.
But I'm gonna say right now, the one still, because having listened to the entire Wheel of Time series, and then I saw some of the names, and I was like, what? How many apostrophes can you have in a name?
Our good friend Vancy Pants did a whole thing with all the S name Aes Sedai
or something, whatever.
He did all the S name Aes Sedai.
That was you're talking about the song?
Yeah.
That wasn't Vance. That wasn't Vance, was it?
Yeah, Vance did it. Part of the Red Hand. Yeah.
Really? I thought
I need to hear this song now.
No, I thought that was Bodhi. Just in Bodhi's opinion. I thought that was
he did it too, I think.
They both did it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But I think these names have like 17 apostrophes in them. I'm like, holy cow, why in the hell?
Yeah.
Did that key on his keyboard break and he just could not get off of it?
He always does our Vance always did the whole entire if Wheel of Time was made in the 90s ones, which are hilarious.
If it was made in the 90s, why would that make things different?
Not in the early 2000s. Never mind. I think that's what it was. I gotta find an example.
Anyway, yeah. So in the Wheel of Time world, next week is Wat Idol. So year number 4, I believe. Year number 4 of the Wheel of Time Idol parody contests, and so there is.
I don't have a submission.
No, I know there is at least one song from a previous year that has every single Aes Sedai name.
Nice
in it.
That's right, because there's a lot of them.
Yeah. Or maybe it's every single S name. I don't know. It's every, or it's every single I name.
S names in general in Wheel of Time. You're gonna be naming them for a minute. You're gonna be naming them for a minute easily. Yeah. Nothing like that here. He doesn't have like any particular letter. I feel like there's a lot of vowel names.
You know what? In reading this, I was like, "Who's Loden?" And then I realized that was a capital I, not an L.
Oh,
I was reading as Loden. I'm like, what's the word Loden? I'm like reading all these names, and then there's like a lowercase Loden, and then I'm like, no, that's iodine.
Right.
Okay.
I think iodine is IAIODEN.
O-N. So he does the shorts.
Iodine.
So iodine, right. He's like IADON, right?
So I found it's IOD. Yeah. IODEN.
IADON. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Iodine.
Iodine. There it is. There you got the pronunciation right. There it is.
I found what I was looking for. So Vance does the Wheel of Time TV show was made in 2005. And I have a clip to show you what I'm talking about. Hold on. Share a screen. No. I mean, honestly, I think everyone's seen the first season.
Okay.
It's a TV show. First season of Wheel of Time TV show.
Okay, TV show.
Yeah. You guys can see this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you say? That you only meant
Anyways,
okay, totally unexpected.
Okay,
the 2005 version.
That's awesome.
Okay. If this was Reddit, I would be like, take my upvote. Take my upvote. You earned it. Go ahead. There you go. Go ahead. Well done.
Are those on TikTok or YouTube?
They're on YouTube Shorts and TikTok. But yeah.
Both. Okay. Okay.
But yeah, it's
nice.
Well done.
It's great. Chapter 21.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Are we talking names still?
Hrathen.
Yeah. So Hrathen comes in and boy, has he been screwed. He comes right in. He's just like, hey, is it Thured? The head, he's like, I'm going to promote you. You are now going to be head artist. And he's like, decline. He's like, wait, nobody I'm promoting you from a squire boy.
Man. You can't do that.
Priest. And he's like, I'm good. It's like,
man.
This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, this is called an underflex.
Yes.
Right? When you're an underling and you flex up to management, this is an underflex. I love that. This is like the pure definition of an underflex. He's like, yo, thank you. Not going to take that.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
good.
Shoot.
I'm happy with what I got.
Love it.
Yep.
Love it. Now, you don't know what he's got.
Yeah.
But he's like, I got options.
I feel like it's almost like corporate America. You know, like someone quits and they're like, yeah, so you're doing such a great job. So we're going to go ahead and give you Jack's work too, you know, because you're an amazing employee. It's like, am I going to get paid more to do two jobs? Like, oh, no. You're just awesome. So we're going to give you two jobs now. Corporate America.
But see, it's also a situation too, where someone in power, air quotes power, thinks it's like they could flex on somebody. They're like, oh, well, they'll just be honored to be asked by me to be in this position and do the thing and the thing. And it's like, nah, homie, nah, you are not bringing anything new to the yard. I'm fine right where I'm at. Thank you so much. I loved it. And he was trying to be so PC about it. He was like, oh, thank you so much. You know, the equivalent of my lord. But nah, he was not hearing that. Nah.
So Hrathen's kind of like just uneasy about the whole situation. He starts thinking about Dilaf, and he's uneasy about him too. He's like, he needs to be taken care of. So he's like, that's the reason why he's been going to the walls of Elantris so much. He's just not happy with Dilaf at all. And he's like, I come up with a plan. I'm gonna send. He's my Odif, so I could whatever I command him to do, he has to do. So I'm gonna write a letter to Warren and have him go deliver it because it's most important, and he has to go. And I'll get him out of here, and he has to obey. So Hrathen goes to Dilaf and is like, "Hey, here's a super secret message, super important. I need you to go deliver it." And Dilaf's like, "Oh, 100%, I'll do it. I'm gonna bring all my Odifs too." And Hrathen's like, "What do you mean, Odifs?" He goes, "Oh yeah, everyone reports to me. I own them all." So
yeah,
this is how you need a clip of like my boy going, everyone, that kind of thing, Oh, geez. You're talking about that. Now, this is the underflex right here. He's like the underling with the flex.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I got 30 dudes in my camp. They're ready to run with me, and they will leave you right here
by yourself,
isolated, and good luck, homie.
Yeah. It's like, what?
Ooh, what a flex! I love that.
Yeah, and according to
so obviously this is
what you get with the zealot,
and so it's a loophole in the system where an Odif can take Odifs of their own, and then they're loyal to that Odif, not to the Odif's master.
And the master, Dilaf's master, can't tell him what to do with his own Odifs.
Yeah,
right. You can't. It's separation of levels. You can't just like jump up. They can't jump up to him the same way he can't
jump down to
which
them.
is the way it should work in business. You shouldn't be able to like go to your like subordinates and say something to them. You should go to your subordinate and say, hey, look, your dude over here, you need to talk to them, blah blah blah. You don't go directly to them. And it's the same thing here.
And then Hrathen's just scrambling awkwardly, like, well, then I don't. It's not that important of a message, actually. No, never mind.
He's bojangling. He's bojangling. He's like, hey, I didn't mean it. It's not a big deal.
You're gonna say something, Zul?
Yeah. So when the number like 30 or 30 plus whatever comes up, we find out that even someone of Hrathen's level might maybe have like 4 or 5. The most he's ever heard of is 10. And this guy is
the most.
At the most. And this guy is not even at his level.
Right.
So 30 plus.
30 plus.
So no wonder this other dude is like, nah, I'm not going to take that job.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, because he's one of his Odifs, right? He's one of Dilaf's Odifs.
Yeah, because he's one of Dilaf's Odifs. He's like,
he's not allowed to take the job.
It caught me mid-workout. And I was like, he's like, oh, it might be 4, 5. The most I've heard is 10.
Yeah.
He's like, how many you got? How many you got? He's like, 30. I was like, what? 30? 30? Whoa.
It's like, I didn't even realize they had that many priests.
Right.
And so basically that's like all of the useful priests
you gotta
in the
assume
entire
that's
place.
Basically the congregation, right? I mean, it's like that kind of level. It's everybody you could expect at all the churches everywhere.
Right.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a flex.
It is a definite flex. It's an underflex. Loved it.
Is Hrathen in trouble? Is he?
He's done.
He's done.
That's a lot of theory time, by the way. Again, theory time. He's done.
Concur. Okay.
Yeah.
And is Dilaf just a fanatic, or is he actually very smart and devious, or is it a bit of both? What is it?
He's crazy. He's crazy.
Okay.
He's crazy.
That's where I was kind of going. What do you think?
He's cuckoo for Cuckoo Puffs, and he has gotten other people to drink that chocolate
Kool-Aid.
And so they're like, oh man, this chocolate milk is great. And then they don't realize it, but he's crazy. You do realize he's crazy, right? But the thing is, though, he's fanatical, and people are like, people love passion. They love to follow passion. And they see him, he's out here falling in the pews, doing his thing, and they're like, oh man, he's impassioned about what he's doing. Let's follow him. And they see the sermons that he's given and the sermons that Hrathen's given, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who do you want to listen to, right? So they're like, oh, we're gonna talk to our buddy over here. You know, Dilaf, he's all right. He's all right. He's a little cuckoo, but you know.
Yeah. But Dilaf's over here going, I've got the power.
Oh, he does have the power. This is rough.
Yeah. So after all this, Hrathen leaves. He runs into some beggars, which is super rare. In all of Erelon, I guess. Not just in Kai, but it's a rare sight. And he even asked them about it. It's like, you know, why is there not as many beggars around here? And they tell him, it's like the kings agreed. They'll it's against the law to beg. So we gotta hide. So they're pretty much all in hiding all the time. Yeah, I don't know if you had any thoughts about the beggar interaction, but
this thing sounded so out of place, writing wise. It made no sense to me. The placement, the time it happened, what it added to the story. I mean, nothing. It just seemed like it was something that was like shoehorned in. So I'm like, it better resolve in some way or have some value later on.
So what did you get from it?
Nothing.
Did you think about what? Okay, so
I got nothing from it.
Think about the fact. I started thinking about that because I kind of thought, what is it doing here? Right? What is this? And think about the fact that the king came from the merchant class.
Right.
And supposedly he is like running the country into the ground. Like the system he's put into place were slaves. This guy was a skilled carpenter.
Yeah.
And he was taken and basically made to go be a farmer and like a slave. And like, he was like, I was a terrible farmer. I ran away.
Right.
Come do this, my son and I. And there were like 5 cities around and they live in like one of the other cities out there. And they come in to beg.
Cities, by the way, that are being ignored.
Right.
Yeah, because they're emptied, basically.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Like the population is just so like low now that they're just
not decimated, but they're just like kind of like wanderers now, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So I just started thinking about like this gives us one little bit of more of what Iadon has done to the citizenry, and we see people who are obviously unhappy with it, but part of why it's going downhill is he's taken like skilled craftsmen and things like that, and now they're slaves and they're not even making the crafts that could be making money for the country and for the economy and all this other stuff. So that just makes no sense to me as somebody from the merchant class that they would do that.
Right.
I'm not sure.
I feel like, and if this works out, then this is my criticism, is that if it somehow or another has a relationship to the maids that have like basically like absconded from their positions in the castle, and there's like a connection there, then I get it. That's the through line here, right? But right now, that through line isn't really clearly established, that connection and relationship. And so right now, I feel like it's like superfluous. But I'm just saying that right now, the connection's not like right there. It's not like, you know, dot, connected. You know, it's a possibility it's all connected. Probably, possibly. But right now, I feel like it's just, it's a little too, the vagueness of it is like, it made me feel really disconnected to this moment where I was like, it's just like listening to somebody telling a story about finding a string on the road.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
So I had a question. This also made me think back to the first chapter we were in when Serene was talking to the noblemen about planting. And I forget what that deal was because it happened in a previous chapter and I didn't go back to it. Where
last chapter.
There were where they were giving but I mean the original discussion.
The original discussion. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where she convinced them to do something. Was it was it that like she convinced them to like give the people who were planting an ownership in some of what they were doing? Like
give
they
them
get
an
some of their
opportunity
own?
out of indentured servitude.
Right.
To basically buy their way out, let them plant. It's like this symbiotic
giving them ownership
for a while, and then you like let them buy themselves out of this, and then it eventually you gain the profits, but eventually they get to the point where they actually want to be there because they
will produce more
value, but they're also generating ownership while they're like providing value.
Right. So I feel like this is a little bit more of seeing some of that of what Idon has done to take away ownership, and the productivity is down. People are not wanting to be there. And then Serene is like doing what she can to give ownership back. And the noblemen that she's working with, the people will be favorable toward them because they're getting more out of it from these people than they've gotten from anyone else.
I mean, that's possible. I just really wish that thread was a little better connected. And I mean,
and this is an early book, like you said. So
absolutely. And that's the reason why I can only give it so much criticism. Because we have read now Mistborn, and if this is his first book and he's still trying to put it all together, and maybe he's like, yeah, I didn't quite create that connectivity the way I could have, and that's fine with me. But it's like that I would love to later on be able to come back and revisit this and see how it pays off. But right now, you know, every time he says something, I always want to feel like there's a subtle foreshadowing that's happening at every time, right? I'm like, okay, there's a subtle foreshadowing of this thing here, subtle foreshadowing here. And this one, I was like, I'm seeing this interaction, and I was like, I'm not seeing it. Now, is it possible there's something there? Yes. But it was just so like, it was almost like a hard stop transition into this thing. And I was like, it was really abrupt, and I just didn't really have much resonance with it. So I was like, ho hum. So
yeah. But when he gives the guy money, right? So, but he gives it in Jadith.
Yeah. He gives him one bag, name, and then throws him a second, right?
Yeah, for all the other beggars. But then the guy's like, "Who's Jadith?"
No.
I loved it. That was good. I like that though. He goes back, he's like, who the fuck?
Who?
Yeah. Who that?
I was saying. There it is. There it is.
Yeah. It reminds me of, was it like back in like the early 2000s when like Will Ferrell interviewed Eminem at the VMAs or something like that? And I was like, what do you think about Afro Man like dissing you? And Eminem goes, who? Who? Anyway, so after this, Hrathen goes and encounters Omen while at the Elantris wall.
Who's Omen?
He's that priest from a previous chapter. We talked about him a lot.
Yeah. So and that was the thing that annoyed me, is that it's been a while since we talked about him, and so it took me like all of like listening to this conversation. It took me a long time to recollect where he was from. So anyway, keep going.
Yeah. Let's see, where are we? Yeah, confronts Hrathen.
They're on the wall.
Yeah. And just confronting about what he's preaching and practicing, regardless of a hatred of Elantrians. And Omen lectures Hrathen about, truth versus belief. It basically, it's a philosophical conversation that ends with Hrathen really having doubts. I mean,
he questioned his faith like outright.
What happened to your faith?
He was like, your faith is like shook, my dude. And he was like, what? Which, of course, that's going to be your instant response if somebody challenges you in your faith and your beliefs. You're going to always say, oh, how dare you? But I mean, but really, you know that something about that resonated because he was like kind of like enraged about it, and then he's like he turns around, he's already walking away. Yeah, that was but I feel like all of this, I feel like between your acolyte has basically raised his own like group of acolytes, so he's got his own like like minions working for him,
right?
You go out, you see like this beggar, and it's like you're trying to like help kind of, and they're like, we don't know who the heck you're like praising and whatever. Throw money. He's like, oh, who that? Like you just said, Zool. And then like I feel like it's like 3 moments that happen like back to back to back, and that's the only thing I felt like that beggar scene was for. It was like
he shooketh.
Yeah, it was 3 shook moments. Yeah, and I feel like this is the thing that's gonna kind of change his tune in general. Again, Orlando theory time, but I feel like these 3 things that happen in quick succession are some things that are going to shake him to his core about his beliefs.
Sure.
And we have to remember that he's on a clock. Like he was given 3 months. Yep. And that was, I think, from the time he was told, and then he had to travel there and get stuff going. And so he's on. Yep.
Yes. Oh, I love it. That's a good one. You got us on that one, man, because I hadn't seen it before.
That's a good one.
The Judge Judy.
And he is quick, by the way. Almost every chapter he's in, that TikTok countdown comes up. It's something we cannot ever forget. He's like, TikTok, 90 days, or whatever it is. 3 months is what I basically think it is. Yeah, and I think he's like thinking to himself, he's like, oh man, I gotta make these moves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we end this chapter with a semi-broken Hrathen.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least a shooketh.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys ready for chapter 22?
See.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hrathen. Yeah, he's getting concerned. There's been a lot of attacks from Shaor's gang. He decides.
So Shaor's the third one, right? So there's like he has his gang.
Karada. And there was
Karada.
Karada joined him, and so did the other one too. Now, so now it's just Raiden's gang.
Shaor's the other one with like the madmen who just are like attacking.
Yeah. We
and they're like, does Shaor even exist?
She's basically a girl with a stapled wig.
Yep.
Real talk.
Yeah.
That's all I could think of the whole time was stapled wig girl.
Yeah. Decides to go pay her a visit to confront her like he has with the other gang leaders, and walks in and realizes it's just a kid. That's feed me.
No. Whose daughter is that?
Okay, so when I heard this and I was like the name, and I hated the fact it was like I'm listening to the audiobook and I'm like on the bike and I was like, that name sounds familiar, and I was like, I'm gonna come back to that. Completely forgot because
Duke Tellery. Duke Tellery. The one I told you to remember
that they're worried about
from 2 chapters ago. The one that is being backed by.
Okay. There it is. Thank you. Now it clicked. It just clicked.
So his daughter, who was raised as a total brat,
right.
is one of the gang leaders.
Okay.
And she's just a girl.
Yeah.
Got it.
But she's like semi-worshipped as a god. Like it's not even like she's
been
even
there for
a real
2
leader.
years.
Only because she's got flax in the hair. You know what I'm saying? So
I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair.
Somebody needs to snatch that wig off her head.
Yeah.
The staple's too deep.
Yeah. But Hrathen recognizes her right away. He's like, I know her. She was a brat before she turned.
Right.
Yeah.
And her name is not her name from before. It was not Shaor.
Mm-hmm.
course, nobody's keeping their name from before,
Right.
basically. I mean, because even he's Spirit, so
It was what
So-
sewing.
So whiny.
So whiny.
Oh, so whiny.
So whiny.
She's
Which
so
is
whiny.
either so whiny or it's like a swine. So whiny.
Ooh, I
But
like
she
swine
is
too.
so
That's
whiny.
good.
That's
Yeah,
really on the nose.
I'm a fan of this. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the second one. So
Yeah.
whiny, yes.
So whiny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she spots them, right? Yeah. She spots them and orders her followers to attack them, like
Crazy,
before
but
they can talk.
oh, but she sounds. And I cannot remember what movie I'm thinking of, where it's like a girl who's like on the throne. She's like the ruler, and she's like all like belligerent. She's like, kill them and all this kind of
Alice
stuff.
in Wonderland?
No,
Off with their heads.
shoot. All I can think of now is Game of Thrones. Unfortunately, with the kid, this they got the trap door.
Joffrey.
No, that
kid.
kid.
The one in the tower.
Yeah.
And Rivendell.
The one up in the.
They got the
in the
sky
nest,
door.
like
Irie.
high-
The Irie.
The Irie, yeah.
What is his name? Anyway, but I mean, yeah. Anyway, so I'm just saying, it's like this whole like trope about these kids who are like in position.
Joffrey is just as bad,
and they just like want to see like people just get like that kind of thing.
Power trips.
Yes, because they don't understand mortality or morality. So
nobody's ever said no to him.
Oh yeah, and that's the other problem too. But they don't understand. They have disregard for human life, and they don't understand what it means to actually be beloved by anybody. They're just like, well, whatever. I just want to get what I want to get.
Yep. Well, Raiden and Galadin, they escape. They return back to what they're now calling New Elantris. They've somewhat fortified it, makeshift barriers, and they have some guards and things like that. But everything's still falling apart there, so it's not great, but it's looking better than it was.
Sure. You're getting there.
Yeah. And during this, Marishi reports that there's a visitor from Kai that has entered Elantris. So gets back and says, "Hey, there's a new visitor that's come, and they just entered Elantris." And
wait. I feel like we're skipping stuff here because this whole thing about the wall crumbling
crumbling a touch.
Fingers, I feel like this is something here. This is getting kind of deep because I'm like, all this effort has been made to like clean stuff and make this facade like visible outside of the slime and sludge that's been on top of it.
Sure.
And now we're finding out that it crumbles like under. And okay, so this is where I'm like, is it under anybody's touch or just under his touch? So I'm like, wait. Do you got the touch? Do you got the power? I'm quoting that song. And then like, wait, is it what's happening here exactly? And then it's like, he's got the power, obviously, snap. But he's got the power. And so he's like making it crumble, and it's like, okay, well, so basically the soul of the city is gone,
right?
And that's the reason why things are crumbling. And I'm like,
he's just figure blasting that.
He went there.
Finger blasting is the best.
He went there. He just had no choice.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's such an appropriate meme. It's such an appropriate use of a meme.
So we've seen that all the wood is rotting. We've seen it stays wet all the time. We've seen that like fabric is rotting.
All that stuff makes
books and
sense.
stuff is rotting. All that makes perfect sense. Like everything stays wet. It never dries out.
Marble disintegrating under his fingertips.
Now we're going even deeper to something it's only been 10 years.
Right.
And you can understand maybe some of the other things
books,
deteriorating.
The wood, the sludge, everything up until now made perfect sense. No problems, especially in disrepair, right? I mean, I've seen those videos on YouTube, and it shows what would happen to a city if all
The
humans
Earth taken
were
over.
yeah, right. And if all humans left the city in 10 years, you barely recognize it, right? Roads would be like in disrepair, blah blah blah. But marble disintegrating under your fingertips is the one where I was like, wait, well, no, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I wondered what you were going to say about that.
Yeah, I had 1,000 questions right now.
The other thing that happens like right before that is because I think he puts his hand on the wall because he suddenly becomes racked with pain.
Yeah.
Right, because he's like feeling the
very
pain.
suddenly.
He's feeling like it's like fatigue kind of thing. It's like it's starting to like hit him, and then he's like about to, and he starts to slip. I think he slipped on sludge, and he was about to trip or something and caught himself or something
on the wall.
And caught himself on the wall, and he's like, "Oh, whoops!" And then it crumbled, which makes sense, right? Because I mean, leaning against the wall like this, you're not going to put that kind of force and pressure on it, right? But if you're trying to catch yourself from falling, you're going to put force on it that you typically would never exert on something, which made perfect sense. That's the reason why it hadn't happened before. Now, up until now, it's just been like touch, feel. Now it's all my weight and pressure on something enough to actually make it disintegrate under my fingers. And I was like, oh, and what I was waiting for is I thought it was gonna be like, oh, well, now you're gonna find that there's like another layer underneath that, kind of the same way they wiped off all the sludge, and there's gonna be like a layer or something. I thought it was gonna be like, oh, he slipped on it and it brittle and it shattered, and now there's like underneath it is like the Mona Lisa was hidden there the whole time, but no, it's actually just it's decaying. And this is marble. I mean, I think it was marble. I keep saying marble.
Yeah, I think I think it was.
Okay,
sounds right.
Which marble? I mean, the idea of marble disintegrating to me is like
he says it's softer than soapstone.
Right, and I'm like marble softer than soapstone? No, never.
Yep.
So the whole thing crazy to me. So
right,
yeah.
and then they say, "Hey, there's somebody here. We have a visitor."
Oh,
I think it's a princess.
We need to go out to the courtyard and see what's going on with this chick. Who's that chick?
Well, it's wifey. So, so Sereni's there with a lot of nobles too. They've all come into Elantris.
Like a dozen of them.
Yeah,
she convinced a dozen of them to come along.
And she said she was gonna get like 10, and she sure did get 10 plus to come in there with her. I was shocked. I thought it was gonna be like 5 or 6 would come in. So
I think the king might have said no more than 10, and she goes beyond that.
I can't believe she got that many though. Still, because she had the course to become. So good on her. She got the numbers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Hrathen immediately gets super nervous because what's there is an entire wagon full of food, and Raiden's like, "Oh, this is not good.
Yeah.
We don't need this right now. We're just getting to the point of hope and trying to turn things around, and this is just horrible." But he's still trying to play coy and trying to play like he's just a nobody at this point.
And that was one of the things he said he thought was a bad thing. What's the second thing?
Oh, worried about the noblemen and
worried about those wild men coming attack. Shaor's crew coming in and attacking the noblemen.
Right, because right now they basically have stability across 2/3. Let's go on. I mean, I'm just using.
And the guards leave them alone.
Right. So 2/3 right now of Elantris are basically like come in alignment with civility.
Right.
But 1/3 is not going to be persuaded because you got, Annie Cuckoo Puffs over here with the flaxen hair, and she is not going to be persuaded to do jack because she's a kid and she was already a brat before she got here. She can't be reasoned with, and he knows.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I have a question about the wall crumbling. Hey,
yeah.
Will.
Hi.
Was that Hrathen? Was that Hrathen who slipped?
Yes.
Yeah, it was Hrathen. Yeah. This is right after he saw little flaxen girl.
They got chased.
And then they got chased. And then he just kind of, at one point in time, kind of slipped on a whoop,
But it's like a mystery as to why it crumbled, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, like, is there something about that that's working in their favor? Because, like, if he did fall on marble and it like held like marble should hold, he'd have a lot of pain and like residual pain from that, right? So it's almost like since it disintegrated, it didn't resist his force. So
interesting theory.
It's like softer.
It is.
Yeah, he got lucky.
A shock absorber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he kept referring to the what do they keep calling it? The door. The door, which is basically
the door. Like Aeon door.
Right. So
the door is like the soul of something.
Right. The door is like the soul of this religion. I'm going to call it religion right now. Mm-hmm. That's like gone.
Right.
But since the door is gone, then things just don't have the stability they did before.
There's something wrong with it. Yeah. Something wrong with the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like we were saying, Hrathen's super worried about the food for multiple reasons. Serena comes in and demands to speak to Aiden, Karada, and Shaor. And Raiden's kind of like, about that. We'll find them for you. They're not here right now. He starts to play around, and that's kind of how we end this chapter. We keep it going from Serena's point of view in the next chapter.
Right.
That's how we end this.
Yep. And I think he then is like her guide to take her to a meeting with some of the gang leaders.
Right.
And she says, what's your name? And he goes,
Spirit.
They call me Spirit.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a gamble, though. I mean, I know that he saw himself before in previous chapters, like mirrors and stuff, and said he didn't recognize himself. Still a gamble. Now, it's good that him and Serena hadn't really seen each other in person. So
absolutely
right.
I mean, they only saw each other through aeons. So, it's interpretation at this point in time. But man, what a gamble, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Anything else in this before we keep going?
Yeah, keep going. We're in it, dude.
Sure. All right, chapter 23. So from Serena's point of view, as she's being escorted by city guards, and led by Hrathen, who named himself Spirit, of course, to seek out the tyrants of Elantris, because they must be tyrants. Because she's heard all about these gangs and have had Ash do some secret spying, and of course her information is a little outdated, but that's okay. What'd you say? Slightly, yeah. So they quickly get Karada and Marishi posing as Aiden to talk about the state of the Alliance, and they say they killed Shaor, so it's just them now, and they now control Elantris. But Serena,
did they say that they killed Shaor?
Yeah, they did. They said that she was gone. Well, they said he's
gone. Yeah,
he's gone. So
yeah.
Huh.
But at the same time, Serena notices something's weird because they keep on she notices it's almost like they keep on looking back towards Raid and for like confirmation. Like,
right.
Is that right? Like, am I doing this right? And Serena's no dummy. She's like, something's weird about this guy. Like, yeah. So yeah, Serena parlays and asks them, to distribute the food for Elantris without any interference, and they do a little negotiation. It's like, well, if we agree to do this, we need something in return. And she's like, okay, well, tell me what you need. And to her, it's the most oddest list she's ever heard in her entire life. Like, why would these people need this stuff? And she's like, yeah, we need cloth, grains, oil, some building materials. She's like,
yeah, we need some sheets of metal.
Yeah.
I
think even asked for nails, right? Did they ask for nails?
I don't know. I think at some point they asked for nails.
But it was, I mean, everything they said sounded like stuff that they need, though.
Right.
I mean, none of it sounded like it was like, superfluous. stuff. It was all like
very potential. But from Sree's point of view, like, why would these half dead people need all this stuff? Like, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because they're all necessities, and when you don't have these things, it's the things that you really need, right? So
Yep.
Now, what is her? What does she say? Is her one stipulation?
Wasn't it about the access to the food or something?
Yes.
They
have to let anybody who wants access to the food to have it.
Right. It's like access to the food. They have to have a path to get there.
Yeah.
Access to the food when
and Karada's like, yes, I agree that I agree with that.
Yeah. Yep.
I will let anybody who wants it have it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And because she, with her information that she has, because the people on the outside don't know, first of all, that the people on the inside, any injury they have never heals. So when they see how beat up they are, they think, man, they must be fighting all the time.
Right.
And it's not just every little injury that you have just compiling.
Right.
Because they never, and also with no food coming in, they think that it's like the gang leaders who are taking all the food for themselves.
Right.
And somebody, it might have been her. It's not Aeon. What is it? Her little
Ash.
Yeah. Ash is
Sion.
Yeah.
Sion. Yeah. Okay. So, it's Ash, or it's one of the lords or something that says like, well, they don't look any better off. They look just as like dirty and skinny and terrible as anybody else.
Yeah, because even Ash confirms it's like a pretty violent place, et cetera, et cetera. So
yeah. So she, I don't think at this point she has some suspicions that maybe it's not as bad as what she was led to believe, but don't really know. You need that one then.
Read which one?
You need that as a.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I got it.
Man, these Sapersteins get down, man. Shoot, Mona Lisa Saperstein is like my lady. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Anyway, so
love that clip. So, but yeah, also Raiden's suspicious of Sereni and her motives. There's some of that going on too.
That's right, because he handed over the 95 Theses. He was like, hey, these are our requests.
Yeah.
And one of them is that he has to be present.
Yeah.
That like supposedly his leader said that he has to be present for all of the food distributions.
Right. And she's so I mean, I know he doesn't know her, but that is like so obvious, you know. She's like, it's so obvious you're like in command here, right? She's seeing right through all of this, which is again says a lot about her.
She knows something's up, but
the moment that she really is suspicious is when they
figured out that he's the leader, because there's a few things that he did, especially he was too present.
It wasn't that moment. It was the one moment when they're distributing the food and they're like, all right, everybody come. And no one moved until Spirit gave them all permission to. And it was like,
it was so many little things that happened. And she's like, okay, he's in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was interesting was that he actually had to like take a bite of it to show, hey, it's okay. Not only is it real, but it's okay.
It was a turnip, right? That's
it was a turnip.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, turnips can be like terrible," but she's like, maybe to him it's like amazing, but really it's just about, hey, it's not poisoned or whatever, or blah blah blah, or like a trap or something. It's just like, hey, it's food. So
but she's suspicious about like just what obviously he's one of the real leaders, but like who is he and what's going on? Like and Serena tells Ash that like. So this spirit guy's like That's what's going on. And the Seon's just like, I'll spy on him. I have no idea. I don't know who this guy is. Yeah.
I love that she has a spy. She's like, hey, dude, go spy.
I know. I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, ethereal orb, go spy for me. It's like the best drone technology ever made.
Yep.
It's a sentient drone that can just talk to you. Yeah,
which I forgot that they need to sleep until this chapter. I completely forgot that they sleep.
And he gets really cranky if you wake him up.
I was like, oh, I forgot they sleep. I'm just thinking this thing is like, you're just always awake. Just do do my bidding. It's like, no, they need to sleep and get rest. I was like, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I guess they are entities. So good for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she doesn't want his to need his approval. But she actually kind of likes him.
But she kind of wants his approval, though. Yeah. And
she kind of likes him.
It was good, though.
Even though he did, she kind of likes him.
Oh man, is
she a monster?
Is she what?
You know what I'm saying?
You said what?
Is she into monsters?
Yeah,
because he's dead. He's like a zombie. Is she into dead dudes?
She's like the lady who's like, I can fix him.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
He's got enough confidence.
I mean, that's how we end this chapter pretty much, is with her like spying on him, and like I think he actually has the best, he's being genuine. Like
yeah.
She kind of fallen in love with him. What?
Yeah. She's still wondering like why he cares about Serene's opinion. Like, and that's something that she has a little suspicion still with all this, but
that's making her suspicious. Why does he care about what she thinks?
Yeah.
Right.
Because she obviously doesn't know who he is. Right. And what's really sad for me is that in her own country, she got shunned by the men and stuff. And then she had this like failed engagement, and she finally thought she had found somebody who was somebody she thought she could really have a good relationship with, even though it was a political marriage. She gets there and he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's like, the one person that I've met that doesn't treat me as like an alien, and I kind of like, I'm starting to kind of like, is this Elantrian off limits? He's dead or whatever, because like she's always othered.
Yeah,
she's never, in society with the women or whatever. She's never really accepted as one of them. Even with like the lords, she's female. She's not one of them. She's also an outlander. She's never really accepted. That's something she craves so much. I think she's always looking for that.
Yeah.
And so I think she's starting to get a little bit of something here with him, and it's somebody she can't have.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make another criticism of the writing here, just because I'm Alando. So
go for it.
She has way too many great qualities for me to buy into the idea that she's unwanted. I can't buy it. I mean, I get it. She's tall. I get it that she's smart. And maybe it's the world that he's trying to craft and say that women are subjugated and they're meant to be like these like docile creatures or whatever. Everything about her screams she is like this world's hottie. She's like smart. She's like engaging. She's just got all these qualities. And even when Hrathen sees her for the first time, before he recognizes it's her, he was like, who's this pretty lady walking up in here? I'm not buying it that she's like,
he's like, I didn't think she would be that pretty.
Boom! Thank you.
Because I think what you can actually see when you're talking through the
seance,
Yeah, is like you can't really see them that
It's like
well.
the
Like
magic mirror on the wall. It's like this little
you can
fuzzy
see some like
projection.
weird shape, kind of, but like it's
Yeah,
just sort of fuzzy.
It reminds me. I think of it as like one of those. You remember those pin things they used to
Pin
have?
You like
where
put your hand through.
You could put your face in it.
That's a good way of. I've had the same
even though
type
it's
of.
like your profile, it's not quite.
Same.
It's like a like a weird perspective version of
Right.
you. But
yeah,
again, I'm still.
It's
not
like the
quite
head from
buying
Power Rangers that comes
from the. What reference are you?
Yeah,
making?
I'm too old for that, dude.
Power Rangers?
Yeah, in Power Rangers, there's like this headless like hologram that talks to them or something like that.
Oh shoot, I know what that is.
Yeah, and
I
I've
never
only
watched
seen
Power
like
Rangers, but I know
my
what that
little
is.
brother used to watch Power
Okay.
Rangers, and that's the
I
only
know
reason
exactly
I know
what
it
you're talking
exists.
about.
Will, help me
Yes.
out.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I can't put a name on
I
it.
can't remember
Will,
the
help me out.
name.
You're
Yeah,
the
but I
baby
know
here,
I know
Will.
exactly what you're talking about, dude.
I was gonna equate it to like sorry, Alando, to like
No.
what we're doing now, or like a Zoom call. Where like, I can look you guys in the eye right now, but you don't get the same feel of looking someone in the eye that's standing in front of you. Right?
Oh, that's true. Absolutely.
There's that human connection as well. So,
Right.
but like you guys are a little distorted. I'm distorted on this call. You're probably gonna be distorted through a seance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I buy all that. What I just don't buy into though is the fact that, or I'm trying to get my head wrapped around the fact that she was like so unlikable.
Yeah.
In her whole country. I'm like, no.
Well, if you take someone from today, like you take like a tall, gorgeous, like Nordic beauty who's like athletic, blonde, just powerful, and she's like got all this presence, and you put her back in like Victorian England. Nope. She's not delicate. She's not pretty. She's not curvy. She's not like meek and mild. And she is going to be, that's not what the ideal is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's kind of what we're seeing here. And that's part of like, hey, she's too tall. She's too forward. She's too smart. She's too whatever.
Mm-hmm. So it's like the male equivalent of just being afraid of a woman that actually wields some type of presence, agency, authority, and that makes them feel emasculated. Then basically, is that what I'm trying to kind of picking up from the vibe?
And I think I think she was given. I mean, she was othered in her own court. And her dad allowed her to be, he brought her up to be like free thinking, and and so she actually became like an emissary for him, a diplomat for him, going around to different countries and things.
Yeah.
So she
agree wholeheartedly. Yeah.
Because she wasn't really accepted, but he taught her to be that. And this country's even more backwards,
And all of that makes perfect sense, and I appreciate you like putting that that perspective out there, because again, I'm just sitting here like listening to the books, and that's the part I'm just like not listening to the book and not really vibing on that. I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me. But the thing is, though,
because
I'm not afraid of a strong woman, and I'm like, strong woman, be sexy, lady, but it's like this book is like trying to make it seem like she's like opinionated, intelligently opinionated, and all these things, and she's like, oh, I can't believe this is like maybe like the person nobody wants to be with, and I'm like, what? In what universe? Oh, I guess just in this universe, but I guess it's in many universes where some people are just like, they just want, and you said, like you said, a docile, feminine, reticent, demure, little, fragile, flowery thing, right? And maybe that's what they're looking for. And and I guess that's the epitome of the era, and that's what they're looking for. And fine. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Epitome.
The epitome.
The epitome.
That's right.
Nice.
Bringing it back.
Had to call it back.
Nice.
Epitome of the
for
era.
all intensive purposes.
For all intensive purpose. Yes, right. You gotta misuse everything.
They are very intense. They're intense.
Nice.
I was just gonna talk, not a criticism, but I guess a compliment of like the way he's. And this could change because this is just the start of us seeing Hrathen and Serene in the flesh together. But thinking back on like Mistborn with Ellen and Ben, the way he developed that relationship, I mean, that was, I thought, really well done. So I think this is a good start with these two. We'll see where it goes because obviously this is his early writing, but I think that's
and it's only one book. It has
that's
to
the thing is
finish
it's one
in one
book. And I'm like, oh man,
there's more coming. He sent it to.
Yeah, I mean,
no, but I mean, as far as
right now,
chapters are in
he wrote this as like this is its arc.
Yeah. How many chapters are total in this book?
I assume we're halfway through, almost halfway.
It's 63 chapters.
Oh,
so we're a little bit
but
more than a third.
They get shorter chapters. So we.
So what percentage are we through it? Do we know?
I can tell you we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 episodes left of this.
I'm gonna go look at my Audible.
I was getting ready to say I'm doing the same thing, Zool.
And then we begin The Way of Kings.
Yeah, I was gonna pull up the Audible and just kind of see like.
That's your favorite, isn't it?
The Way of Kings is my favorite. It's not everyone's favorite, but it's mine, and that's okay.
This has like 11 and a half hours left after chapter 23. How many is it total?
I don't know.
Hold on.
Math.
I know. I'm trying to do math too.
I'm trying to get it to pull up as.
Well, we have 7 episodes left, and we're on episode 7. So I'm saying
I think we're 50. I think we're 50%. Essentially,
I think we're about halfway. I think we're halfway.
I think my estimate was pretty close.
Yeah.
So I mean, either way it goes, I think this relationship between Hrathen and Serene is going to have to happen kind of quickly.
Yeah.
Because they have to come together,
and
then they're going to have to trust each other.
All right.
And then they're going to have to try to create some type of plan to topple things.
Yep.
So that's a lot to happen.
It is.
But maybe, I mean, they've already built a lot of like trust and relationship by doing it. You know, they're like long distance relationship for a while.
Yeah, but long distance and meeting each other and then trust, especially when you thought he was dead.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Hey, will there be war?
Twist.
This is what I want to know.
War.
This is what our countdown is. Remember?
So, I think that there's going to be an effort for war from the acolytes. And I think that Hrathen's going to help stop that because he's seen the atrocity that happens with the war that he's created. That's my guess.
Yeah. Oh, from the other country he helped.
Yeah, I think Hrathen has seen what the outcomes are, what the unintended consequences are from what he's,
been doing,
manifested before.
Yeah.
And so I think that he's going to be the one that's going to stop the war because he has enough religious influence.
His faith has been called into question too. So
yeah. So, and I think what's going to end up happening is going to be him versus his own zealot. Yeah, I think that's where it's going to
him versus Dilaf.
Yep.
I
call him the zealot because he's crazy, dude.
No, that's great. No, I mean we know who you're talking about.
And the fact that he aligned with him from the very beginning, I was like, why would you,
dude,
put him in that type of position?
Sure.
Be smart about it, my guy. Come on. Anyway.
He could have at that point sent him away.
Exactly. You have somebody that's like again. I know I've used this term too many times today. He's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Send him anywhere, right? And no, he's like, nah, I'm going to keep you here next to me. And I'm also going to let you lead sermons? No. No, you don't do that. Come on. Yeah.
So anything else from these chapters or anything that we missed?
No.
Okay. Favorite character?
My favorite character is obviously Will. It's just all it is. It's just
amazing.
It's just Will because Will's back.
I concur.
I hadn't seen Will in a while, so Will is my favorite character.
There you go. There you go. Will, right there on the big screen.
Yep, I concur.
Automatically, because I missed you, dude. Seriously.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been weeks,
I'm
man.
honored.
So,
I've been on here with Doughboy.
Yeah,
thanks for filling in. You're my favorite character, Zool. And
Zool always
and Alan.
Oh,
you're all my favorites.
Well done.
My favorite character is
Shaor with the slap happy brightiness.
I picture her as a giant Venus flytrap and Little Shop of Shaor saying, "Feed me, Seymour."
Okay.
Little Shop of Shaor, do up.
Yep.
Little shop.
Now we need a meme of that. We need a meme of that.
Exactly.
With like a blonde wig
with
on
a wig
it.
stapled onto the side of a Venus flytrap.
Oh no! Yes.
Blonde wig.
I don't and need to see this at the same time.
Me too.
It's gonna happen.
It's a great T-shirt idea.
Yeah.
Little Shop of
Shaor. By the way, I am still like, this is the part I have no theories on. How does this Shaor situation get rectified? Because reasoning with Shaor is not going to happen.
No.
Which means you're going to have to bring her acolytes around somehow, which is unreasonable.
And they are just brutal. They have gone beyond the way they deal with the pain and the hunger. Is they have just given over.
They're like sitting there, like breaking through like wood and stuff and trying to
pure
attack.
Instinct.
I'm like, no, this whole Shaor situation seems like wall off that part of the city. It just put it up, brick it up, and just walk away.
Yeah.
What was that? What was the Edgar Allan Poe joint where it was bricked it up?
Oh yeah, the Castamontillado,
right? There it is. Yeah.
Yep.
Just brick it up, just walk away, and then every so often you hear the screams from this side of the wall. Just I hear something.
Yep.
Whatever, you be all right. That's all you can do.
So, did you have a favorite character?
I think Serene, when she went and confronted the king and was like,
and
she let him know, like, I'm not dumb.
Yeah,
I pulled one over on you.
She pulled back the Legally Blonde mask. It was like, I was smart the whole time.
Yep. That's my favorite moment.
Nice.
Good
girl boss.
Well,
she's definitely a girl boss. She's always been a girl boss from like chapter whatever it was, 3 or 2 or whatever. So
yeah.
So next week we'll be doing 4 chapters again. We're gonna finishing up part 1. Finally.
Wait, we're still in part 1?
Yes.
Are we kidding?
It's a super long part 4 and really shorter next parts. So it's like,
okay.
The book's weird. The first part's like half the book, and then over half the book.
Okay.
Over half the book.
And then there are more parts, but they're a lot shorter.
Good deal.
So
a lot of setup.
So part 1 gets finished. We go through chapter 27, and we'll record that. I say next week in 2 weeks, because next week is Independence Day, where we celebrate here in America when Will Smith defeated the aliens, and we never forget.
Right.
And literally, he punched an alien in the face, back into its spaceship.
Yeah,
and it created America.
We can't forget.
It happens. Yes, it happens.
Kick the tires and light the fires.
Yeah. And on each knuckle, there was a tattoo of a number 1776, and he just like punched it back into his spaceship.
What's the significance of 177? No.
We don't know. To this day, it's a mystery that will never be solved. It's Will Smith punching.
What if I just showed you my T-shirt and said that?
Just one. I wish you would. If you
I do not own any 1776 clothes or merchandise. Thank you.
If Tara was just run downstairs real quick and just like come up behind you, like and just like sneakily draw like 1776 in permanent marker on the back of your t-shirt, you turn around with like, bam! I'd be like, flex, my God.
Well played.
Yeah. Well played. Well played.
Yes.
Well, good deal. Well, thank you, Zul, for coming on and joining us.
Thanks, Zul. Appreciate you.
Yeah, you were awesome
Always
tonight.
Appreciate you.
Always awesome.
String also said you're his fave.
Yeah.
In the chat.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
String Flame's my favorite. So
there you go.
Even though I called him a hoe on Tuesday. I'm sorry, String.
How dare you?
I did on the Wheel Reach podcast. I still love you.
By the way, for everybody on the Wheel Reads, I watch every episode, just not live, and I appreciate every single one. Seriously. Yeah. Love all the references.
No, it's great. It's great. It's fun.
So much fun.
We have a good time with it. So anyway, that's pretty much all I have this week. So like, subscribe, do all those fun things. Go join our website, or not join the website, but go to the website, cosmoreads.com. You can find links to stuff to join, like Patreon or Discord. You can also buy
and there's
merch.
Always giveaways.
There's merchandise.
With Wheel Reads.
Cosmo Reads. Yeah, we get giveaways.
By the way, we never say this, but for those of you listening on the podcast, we do the YouTube live video.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting that every time. And so if you want to see us like in person on the video,
we're on YouTube.
Yeah, we're on YouTube.
Unfiltered.
Yeah.
There's not much editing that happens for the podcast. Let's be honest. It's pretty much just truncates salads, do a little EQ, and sit down.
No, come to the video and see me and my giant mole that's on my chin.
Yeah.
I got nothing better than that. I got to do this. That's it.
Well, you get to see all the video clips too.
Yeah.
Oh yes, all the meme clips.
All the meme clips that you don't hear.
Oh my God! Yes, please, just for that.
There's an enhanced feature to watching us on YouTube.
Exactly, and then you can see our reactions to Alan pulling out the emotional damage clips.
I love my
emotional damage.
There it is. Yeah, so it's all that fun stuff. You can come watch it all. It's good stuff. Yeah, come watch us live. Or not live. You can come back and watch us again. Every single video on the YouTube channel for the Will Reads, because it's the Will Reads YouTube channel that does the Cosmic Reads and the Will Reads, is demonetized now because YouTube's amazing. I can't call them bad things because we're on YouTube, but
you can call them whatever you want.
They ain't
gonna kick us off.
Yeah, you're amazing for what you're doing with demonetizing my podcast.
For bad language and whatnot.
Ooh, because I bought the rights to the music I use, and they're putting copyright strikes on everything, and I'm like,
that reminds me, we need a longer intro. It's not enough time to make a quality drink.
So I went and challenged one, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you did pay for it." And I showed the license number and everything like that I paid for the rights for it, and they let me monetize that one, but then they demonetize every other one. So I have to do this every single week. But then by the time you challenge it and go forward, like, it defeats the whole purpose. Because the way YouTube works is like the majority of your views and your revenue, if you're going to make money off YouTube, comes in the first few days.
First week.
First week. It takes over a week to challenge a copyright. And they make you challenge every single one right now because of this. So I have to either change my music that I already bought and own. Like, I paid the artist for this music. Like, I own it. But some algorithm and some bot out there is flagging every single one. So
there's a reason why a lot of people are not on this YouTube platform situation. They're just
good old AI just going
through.
But
it is like the most popular.
And so I'm gonna throw a pitch here. This is why Patreon is what keeps
podcasts going.
Yeah. Podcasters,
it does.
And all your content creators. This is why Patreon, Ko-fi, Coffee, whatever.
It happened with another, like, so YouTube actually has like a copyright free, like royalty free library that you can select music from. Like, they have it on there. So on the Will Reads, I had some music that I got from that. From YouTube that I was allowed to use by YouTube's permission. someone else bought the rights to that song and immediately started copyrighting everything. I'm like,
nice.
Make it make sense. Like, hey, don't offer me free stuff and then demonetize all my stuff. Like,
wonder if you like threaten to leave, then the bot will like stop doing it.
I think YouTube cares. It's owned by Google. They don't care about.
I have enough musician friends. We can write a new song, dude.
I know. We can
come up with something.
I need to make some music. I thought about going the way of Leaf because they make their own music too. And getting them.
Oh yeah.
Let's do. I love that. Yes, do that, please.
I'm gonna do that. I want to figure something out. I just haven't got around to it. Yes. It's been making me upset because every time I post a video, it's I get an email. Your video has been demonetized. I'm like, but I
love yes. If you can get on that, wait till you
support other content creators, people in the community.
Yes,
just like your artists. Yeah,
exactly.
Love it. Love that idea.
Anyway,
I still don't own any Cosmere reads anything yet. I've got to get something Cosmere.
We got Ska Stank shirts now. I still want to get.
I keep forgetting. I'm waiting for
the mega hat. The mega hat.
The mega.
I am still waiting for a all that in a bag of antlers.
Oh yeah. All that in a bag of antlers.
Bag of antlers.
We need to design that.
A bag of antlers.
I have done so many variations of images for that. It's hilarious. I kept them all to myself.
That is one of my favorite things. A bag of antlers.
Bag of antlers.
And you were so right. It was so funny. I was like, he does not know how right he is.
And you're right. I mean, you get through 3 books of that. You're like, it's just a bag of antlers.
It's perfect.
It's a bag of antlers. That's exactly what it is. All right. I could hang out with you guys for a long time, but I know we all need to get to bed.
I need to go to sleep. Yeah. But anyway, I'll see you guys.
So much
later.
fun, guys.
Yeah. Until next time, all that great stuff. We'll catch you in a few weeks. So,
all right.
Toodaloo.
Bye.
Thank you for watching the Cosmere Reads.
God stinks, God stink fresh. God stinks, God stink fresh.